Hello and welcome to Empowerment. I'm Kelly Whetstone. Thank you for joining me today. It is 10 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. Yesterday was Groundhog's Day. And the only reason I was reminded of that is because um, a friend that I have that emails me things said Happy Groundhog's Day. So I thought, oh, well, I should check and see what happened, because obviously that groundhog predicts the end of winter or the beginning of spring, which I still think is just the funniest tradition. But so I was looking and I knew what happened. So I picked the article from the New York Times and was kind of breezing through it and saw the pictures. And yes, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. So we will have 6 more weeks of winter, which I don't mind because I'm not ready for spring. To me, spring means a whole lot of work that I'm not yet prepared for or to dive into. But as far as the yard goes, but like I said, I think that's just the most interesting tradition. I'm sure if I really was interested, I could go back and find out where it came from. But not only is it a funny a tradition, but apparently it's a really good reason for a big pre-dawn party in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. I mean, the pictures I saw of Phil, the groundhog, looked like he was still asleep. So I don't know how he could see anything. I mean, he looked like they pulled him out of his den and he wasn't quite awake yet. But the partiers looked like they were having a blast. And I think that is great. I appreciate anybody that can, make a party out of anything. And it's a big deal apparently. So that was kind of a joyful little thing to look at. But anyway, happy February. I am really happy to be here today and excited to do the show today. Thank you for joining me again. Again, thank you for joining me. This show is live on 12radio.com and streaming live on YouTube. If you'd like to join the chat, you can go to 12radio.com and click chat and be in that chat room. Or you can go from there, click the YouTube link posted under my banner. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/@ Kelly W1850. That's my channel. That's my address. www.youtube.com/@ Kelly W1850. I don't do readings on the show, but if you'd like a reading or a healing from me, you can find me every day on 12listen.com. I'm usually available later morning Pacific into the evening. If you don't see me or if I'm busy, just schedule a call, put in a callback request. I'm notified immediately via text, and we'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I will always do my best to meet your schedule. Also, just these are my reminders every week. We have reduced rates on calls and chats a few times a week on 12Listen, typically Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and the 12th of each month, 12 day, and others. But those are the ones that are typical. If you want to be notified of our specials, go to 12listen.com and sign up for 12 promotions. While you're there, post what you're grateful for on the gratitude board, and the advisors at 12listen will add our attention to your intention, and agreement is rocket fuel, and we are happy to help. And that's what you're grateful for, whether it's in your current experience or something that you are working to bring into your experience. So either way, we are here with our agreement and happy to do it. Available for Love is my new 15-minute time-based session. What's my annual February time-based session? All of life is relationship. All of life is relationship. We live in a relative universe, a relative incarnation, and relationships are tricky. They are tricky business. Whether it's friends, family, pets, or a romantic partner, it's important to release old energy to be available for a new experience. I mean, we only have so much space in our space. And we all have filters or influences through which we see the world. Every single thing that comes to us, we perceive through our influences, which are all based on our experience, not truth, but experience. Being free of the past, being free Yeah, being free of what's cluttering your space, taking up space in your space that is impeding new coming in makes you present. Being free of that makes you present for new and wonderful experiences. In this session, we will heal and clear past relationship energy, and we'll heal and clear fear and whatever else shows up as blocks in your relationship area, so that you really are available for love in all the ways that it can show up. And especially love where it comes to you, self-love. So it's a good session. It's a really good session. Thank you again for listening, however and whenever you do. There is programming 24/7 on 12radio.com, and there are archives of all of the shows from all of the hosts in the on-demand section at 12radio.com. You can download them anytime you want. 12Radio is a great source of inspiration, information, and support, so I do invite you to take advantage. And we are zooming into the teaching segment because there's a lot to it, and it's going to be fun. And I just want to say thank you to Serena for producing the show today. And let's segue into the teaching segment by listening to a song called Bodhisattvas by David Gordon from the Buddha Lounge 3 CD and Sequoia Records. Enjoy it for a few minutes. I'll be back right after. And thank you for listening. You are listening to Empowerment. I am Kelly Whetstone. We are here on 12 Radio and YouTube, but 12 Radio. So enjoy. welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that music. I was mistaken. That was In the Cloud Lodge by David and Steve Gordon from the Boda Lounge 3 CD and Sequoia Records. So it was, it still gets us where we're going, right? It makes that separation from the first part of the show and announcements into the teaching segment. So I am excited about teaching today because I'm going to give you my Feng Shui relationships class from from my You Empowered Feng Shui series. Because it's February and Valentine's Day is coming up, the topic of relationship is prevalent. You know, February is called the love month. So, relationship is one of my favorite topics. So I decided to start the month by talking about the relationship areas of the Ba Gua, which is my favorite Feng Shui class to teach as well. So I'm there is a picture of the Ba Gua on my YouTube channel and in the 1-2 radio chat room. If you cannot see them, you can draw a Ba Gua by drawing a square and then drawing 2 lines across, dividing it into thirds, and drawing 2 lines down inside the square, dividing into 9 equal squares within the square. The entry of your home is always on the front or bottom of the Ba Gua, and the 9 areas of the Ba Gua cover every area of life. So I'm going to just do a brief little basics here. So if you're looking at the Ba Gua, on the left, the bottom left corner, that Ba Gua, let me just backtrack. Ba Gua, Ba means 8, Gua areas. But there are actually 9 areas in the one that we are using because the very center is health. A traditional Ba Gua is an 8-sided figure. So using the square, they're just divided differently. So anyway, looking at it, as I said, the entry to your home is on the front, we'll call it the front of the Ba Gua. So the very first square on the left bottom is skills and knowledge, and the color is blue that is associated with it. Next, in the very middle, is career. Career has an element. Not all of the areas of the Ba Gua have elements. Career has an element. It's water. The color for career is black, and the shape is freeform, like water. So mirrors are really good in your career section because they reflect light. Next, to the right, the far right on the bottom is helpful people and travel, and the colors are silver and gray. It does not have an element. Going up from there is children and creativity. On the middle right, the element is metal, the color is white, the shape is round. In the middle, going left, in the middle of the Ba Gua is health. The element is earth. Colors are yellow, tan, brown. Shapes are square. Good place for tile, ceramic tile in the health area. Immediately to the left of it is happy family. The element is wood. The color is green. The shape is rectangular. It has no element. Going up is the prosperity corner on the top left. Colors are red, purple, green, and gold. It has no element. In the center is fame and reputation. The element is fire. The color is red. The shape is triangular. And then on the far left, top far left, is the relationship corner. It has no element, but the colors are pink and red. And so that's the brief outline or description of the Ba Gua. You can see it on the YouTube page, on my YouTube page, or you can see it in the chat room at 1-2 Radio. But if not, you can draw your own, and that's the basis of where we're going to go from here. So the 9 areas of the Ba Gua cover every area of life. And Feng Shui is the practice that supports health, abundance, love, happiness, and success. But the power is not in cures or enhancements. It's in you and your intention. And remember, within you is all that you need because you're the individualization of source. So your intention to bring it forward is you doing what you need to do to get out of the way in order to demonstrate what it is you want in your experience. Feng Shui is all about relationship, all about relationship. The relationship of one object to another and the relationship of you to your environment. A great exercise is to walk into your house as though you have never been there before and look at it with fresh eyes. Like really, like you've never been there before. Because where we live, we don't see things because we know it's there. We know it's, what it is, and we don't see it anymore. We don't really pay attention to it until we're cleaning it or dusting or whatever it is we have to do. But we don't see it as a whole. So if you walk into your house, and as we go through the areas of the Ba Gua, the relationship areas, you can walk into each area and do the very same thing. You look at it with fresh eyes, everything in it, to see what attracts you and what doesn't. Everything in each area, everything in your house speaks to you, and you feel it intuitively, and you may even feel it physically. It either empowers you because you love it, or because it serves you, or it is dead weight. Qi is life energy. It is light and life, and it is love. And what you love loves you back because Qi is source, life, capital L-I-F-E. What you do not love or do not use is stagnant and stops the flow of Qi. So you only want what you love and what is serving you in every area of the Ba Gua, right? Because the idea is your home supports you. And your home may be a house, it may be an apartment, it may be a room. It may be a room, maybe a dorm room. Whatever it is, that's your home. And you can create a Ba Gua in whatever size you've got. But the front door is the beginning of the Ba Gua. It's at the base. Whether it's a hallway door or, a traditional door and it is also the front door. So if you use other entrances, you want to be looking at where your front door is for that beginning, for that to figure out your Ba Gua for your home. So back to Qi. Energy moving through your home unimpeded enlivens every area of your life. Feng Shui is a practice of balancing each area so that it can maximize the flow of Qi. The Ba Gua, as I said, is a metaphor for your life. Barry Gordon said Feng Shui is the intelligent use of intention through environmental metaphor. We can create whatever we want and use our environment to support the process. That's the idea. We are bringing forth something that we want to experience from the infinite storehouse, which is our consciousness, right? But the placement of objects and color using Feng Shui affirms our intentions and inspires us to nurture them. Inspires us to, it's another kind of layer that makes them important, important and worth loving. Again, attention is love and it grows what it is focused on. And this is not about, clinging, needing, having to, have whatever it is that you want in your life. We're looking at relationships. It's not that. Because again, what is that? That, when we cling and we are attached, freezes things into place. Therefore, that is stagnant energy, right? That's stagnant energy, and it's not what we want. So if we also can detach and just be in this fluid environment using light and life and joy to affirm what we are working to get out of the way of within ourselves to bring it forward, then it's a beautiful symphony. You know, it's a delightful energy and it feeds us and makes us happy. And that happiness, that joy, remember, like attracts like. What we vibrate at, we attract. When we're attached to something, we're not vibrating very much that's going to bring it into our lives. We're not. We're attached. And again, not to repeat myself, but that's stagnant energy. Nothing can move. Nothing can move. So detachment allows the movement of energy and the movement of chi and life in our lives. So the love and relationship corner, as I said, was the top right corner of the Ba Gua. The colors are red, pink, and white. As I said, there's no element or shape associated with it. But in this corner, and I just want to say the love and relationship corner has to do with all relationships, not just a primary relationship with a partner. It's every relationship in your life, with your pets, with your family, with the people that you work with everyone you encounter, Every encounter we have is a brief agreement, right? So that is a relationship. We are relating to another person in every single encounter we have. So in this relationship, Gua, in that corner of your house, no matter what is in it, as far as your home goes, no matter what's in it, you can use it for enhancing your relationships. So in here, you want to have pairs of objects in this area, not single, nothing bleak, nothing solo, but pairs of objects. Because, as I said, it has to do with all relationships, and you can think of it as nurturing harmonious communication between two people. As you can use that as a metaphor for this area. Harmonious communication, harmonious relating to everyone in your life, everyone and every living thing in your life, every living thing, because every living thing is God, just like every person is. So you also want to generate an atmosphere of ease and flow. Nothing that represents work or effort. No treadmills or exercise equipment, because they suggest you have to work at relationships. No pictures of single people or items, singular items, nothing bleak, nothing bleak. Nothing that evokes starkness or loneliness. And the other thing about the relationship Gua and every other Gua in the Ba Gua is keep it picked up. But in relationship, clutter suggests disrespect for relationships. Clutter suggests disrespect for anything or everything, you know, because it's noisy and it's organization, keeping things picked up, again, suggests more than anything respect for yourself. You know, because when you sit down, if you have a pile of magazines, if you have a pile of mail, it's talking to you. It's talking to you. It may be in your living room where you sit down to relax, and that thing is talking to you, and you don't know that, but your consciousness does, your energy does. Because again, we want our environment to be, we want to be in flow with our environment and vice versa. Ease, because that's supportive and that's empowering. And when your environment empowers you and supports you, you walk out into the world empowered and supported. And that's what you have to give everyone that you encounter. So that's the basics for what you want to have in your relationship, Gua. Now, let's look at your master bedroom. Whether it's in your relationship, Gua, or not, your master bedroom has everything to do with relationship. As I said, no matter where it's located, everything to do with relationship, it is the most important room in your house, your master bedroom. It is where you go to rest and rejuvenate. It should feed your soul because the most important relationship is the one you have with yourself. Your relationship with yourself dictates all others in your life. No one can value you more than you value yourself. It's just that simple. We are master and commander. We are it. We set the standard for what we bring into our lives through our own self-love, through our own self-concept, through our own self-expression. That's it. We're a magnet. We're a magnet. So, as I said, like attracts like. And your master bedroom is the place to really treat yourself well. Have beautiful things that are a pleasure to look at and that make you feel good in your master bedroom. Just surround yourself by it, whatever it is, whether it's art or whether it's, furniture that you love, whatever it is. The last thing you see before going to sleep and the first thing upon waking up in the morning should make you feel happy and content. That's the intention there. So whatever you have to do it, or whatever you need in there to feel that way, then put it in there. Your bedroom should absolutely nurture you completely and totally. So love yourself by creating your bedroom to completely support you and your relationship. So, having a cozy, warm, sensual feeling in the bedroom, how does it feel when you walk in? Like right now, how does it feel when you walk in? And then move some things around with these intentions and feel it again. Because you will. If you walked in, if you the first time you walk in and just feel it again, fresh eyes, like you've never been in there before. Do you want to be there? If you walked in it for the first time, like right now, if you walked into your master bedroom, do you want to be there? Think of serenity, rest, and balance in the master bedroom. Those are the goals. Serenity, rest, and balance. Your own cocoon, your own healing cocoon. Your master bedroom should put its arms around you when you walk in that door. Every object, every piece of furniture, and their placement should support you. Arrange everything with loving thoughts. Put your love into everything, because remember, what you love loves you back. Always. So if you have nightstands on either side of your bed, if you have nightstands, have two with equal number of objects on them. Equal number of objects equals balance. If you don't have a headboard, it's a good idea to have one. So you can create one. Like when I first learned Feng Shui, my first Feng Shui class I took at the 12th house from D-Rock in, I think it was 2002. And it lit me up like nobody's business. And I eventually painted every single room in my house according to the colors of the Ba Gua and absolutely loved it. But if you're going to change anything, the room you start with is your master bedroom because it is truly the most important room in your house. So you can I created a headboard by, I don't know what they're called. It's what you string curtains through, but it's not a rod. It was just two individual things that I hung up on either side of my bed above so that I could create a headboard. And I used a beautiful gold curtains. They were curtains, I think. And I just strung them through that. And it created a headboard. Again, imagination is everything, intention is everything. I intended it to be a headboard, and it was. It took the place of a headboard. In your master bedroom, the reason why the headboard's important is you want to create the power position. You want to have the power position, and your bed is the critical part of the power position. And let me explain what that is. So the power position is a house with a mountain behind it, with hills on either side, and with a stream flowing in front of it. That's the power position in physical, in Feng Shui, in Chinese um, tradition, philosophy, I don't know what you would call it. So you want to create that in your room, in your master bedroom. So headboard or create a headboard. Again, you think that's what it is. Intention is everything. Intention is everything. So your bed is the house. The headboard is the mountain behind you. And the two nightstands are the hills on either side. And then something at the foot of your bed. And I have a small wicker, it's kind of like an ottoman thing that I have Afghans on. So that's my power position. And it's been that ever since 2002. So that's just, again, you are master and commander. And that's just another thing that supports you, and it translates your master bedroom to a place that is safe and protected. That's the power position, safe and protected. And again, it's all intention. So what you want to avoid in your master bedroom are televisions, an excess of books. I always have a book on my nightstand, exercise equipment, computers. Logically, these things are not conducive to rest. Energetically, they demand your attention, whether in use or not. So again, exercise equipment and master bedroom suggest you got to work at relationship. Computers suggest you don't have time to rest because I need to work on my computer. Televisions are the same thing. As I said, they demand your attention, whether you are using them or not. And you just don't want to have anything having to do with work in any form in your master bedroom. This is where you go to rest and be healed. So if you have a TV in there, cover it at night. Throw something over it. Put books away. If you have a book on your nightstand, put it away. Move exercise equipment to the children and creativity area, which is just next door to the relationship area on the Ba Gua, because the element is metal. It's thinky. Children and creativity, it's thinky. So any thinky thing that you have in your, or work thing that you have in your master bedroom, you can put in the children and creativity area. If possible, computers as well go to children and creativity area or career area if there's room. But again, you want to rest. You want to be healed and nurtured and sleep well so that you wake up feeling good and feeling empowered and supported. Open doors. Let's talk about doors and windows. Doors are the mouths of qi. Windows are the eyes of qi. So doors cutting across your bed, is disruptive in feng shui because, again, mouth of qi. Qi flowing across your bed may disturb you sleep-wise. Also, the foot of the bed should not face the door because the qi then cuts across the full length of the body of the bed. So what you do is you get a red ribbon and you put it wherever, because there are like I can't move my bed to any other place. Luckily, it's not in the doorway, but you can cure that. Whatever part of the bed might be in a doorway, by using red ribbon. And it doesn't have to be seen. You just run it along the base of your bed, your what do they call it? Not the mattress, but the box springs. Box springs or the form of the bed, the structure of the bed that holds it up. Whatever. You can just use red ribbon and it does not have to be seen. That's the beauty of it. Any cure in feng shui does not have to be seen. So to work, because the intention is that I'm putting this red ribbon here. Red moves or facilitates the red and stop or move qi, facilitates the movement of qi or stops the flow of qi, whichever intention you have for it. So just do that on the bottom, tape it, tape it to, pardon me, hang on. Sorry, I muted myself. I didn't want to do that in your ear. Clear my throat. So anyway, the other thing, you don't want anything heavy above your head either. No heavy picture hanging on the wall above your head or beams in the ceiling above your head. If you have beams, obviously you can't do a thing about that, but you can cure it by putting a mirror face side up under your bed to just move that beam out of the way. And if you have a picture or anything hanging above your head, just make sure it's not heavy, that it's not heavy on the wall above your bed. Windows, as I said, are the eyes of qi, and they exchange energy. So if you can avoid it, don't have the head of your bed under a window. If you cannot avoid it, run a red ribbon under the windowsill so that qi doesn't travel instead of and again mess with your rest. That's the whole thing here. You're there to rest, you're there to sleep, you're there to be rejuvenated. You can also place a crystal in front of windows and draw the drapes or blinds when sleeping, always. But you can have a crystal there and it's going to diffuse the qi and send it around. So you won't be right under it. Beds should be placed so that you can see the doors. Pillows that you sleep on represent relationship. Decorative pillows represent protection. So pillows are great to have on the bed. So say you're single, creating a relationship. Focus attention on the master bedroom. Have at least something red, pink, or white in your bedroom. It can be a toss pillow, can be a pair of candles, can be the matting on a painting or picture, can be a piece of construction paper with the proper intention written on it, taped to the wall behind your bed where nobody would see it, behind the headboard or behind the mattress where no one would see it. It all works as well. It all works together. Write a list of the qualities you want in a relationship, along with a strong affirmation that you already have it. And again, the qualities you want in a relationship, not in another person, in the relationship. Because the relationship is a living thing, and a relationship is a circle. It's mutually beneficial. It is giving and taking. And so you want your relationship to be mutually beneficial, loving, supportive, fun, joyful, adventurous, whatever what you want in the relationship. And again, with a strong affirmation that is yours already because it exists within you. You couldn't want it if it didn't. You couldn't. Every good desire we have, we already are. We couldn't desire it if it wasn't part of us. So what you're doing is you're bringing it out. And you're bringing it out in a beautiful, graceful, and gentle way. Not by needing. And you don't have to worry about saying exactly the right things. That's the beauty of it. You know, like pasting a piece of red paper behind your bed. There you go. You know, relationship, there's your color. If pink, red, or white are not your deal, which they are not my deal, that'll work just as well. So you can also, well, and again, you write the qualities you want in a relationship with the affirmation that it's already yours, with love, place it in a red envelope, and tuck it away somewhere. between the mattress and box spring is a good place. This is focused attention on your intention. The other thing, if you're single and want to bring someone in, is you make space for another person. Leave one drawer empty in your dresser for someone else to use. Make room in your bathroom cabinet for another toothbrush, shaver, etc. Make some room in your closet so someone else can hang some clothes there. Get rid of remnants of past relationships. Get rid of them. Take them out of your master bedroom and put them someplace. You can put them someplace else, but they do not belong in there. And I would suggest you put them away. If you want to hold on to them, put them away somewhere, because this is your intention. Your intention is to have space for someone new to come in. Also, sleep on one side of the bed, not in the middle. Park on one side of your garage or driveway. Leave space for someone else to park. Small mindful affirmations tell the universe that you have room for someone else in your life. And all of these things, all of these things, enhancements, these are enhancements, are affirmations. They are physical, visual affirmations of what you want. So if you're married or in a relationship, your bedroom is your sanctuary. Give it special attention. Children's toys or clothes do not belong in your bedroom. And no photos of anyone other than the two of you if you want to nurture that sanctuary, that beautiful sanctuary for you and your partner or spouse. This is the place where you honor your marriage or your relationship. Again, keep it clean and clutter-free. Keeping it clean and clutter-free shows respect for your relationship and teaches your children to do the same. Vanilla scented candles are great unless you can't stand vanilla. And again, a red envelope with intention between the mattress and box springs for what you want in this relationship, to just enhance it and empower it. Whatever you want. A pair of red panties between the mattress and box springs are a cool idea too. So those are the obvious relationship spaces, relationship areas of the Ba Gua. And again, your master bedroom, no matter where it's located, mine just happens to be in my relationship area, which is probably unusual, but no matter where, you create that. You create that with your intention and just using these fun things. Because again, to me, Feng Shui, what you do to enhance an area is a visual affirmation. And when you see it, you remember. And you can infuse your intention with love. So the next area, relationship area, is the helpful people and travel area, which you wouldn't probably think is a relationship area, but it is. It is located, excuse me, bottom right, immediately right of the career section. Doesn't have an element or a shape. The color is gray or silver because it's between career, which is water, which is black, and creativity and children, which is metal and white. So the color is gray or silver. See, they all flow together. Each area of the Ba Gua works with the others. It just does, which is cool. That's that circle. That's that relationship. But helpful people in this area of the Ba Gua, helpful people in travel area, helpful people are the people you rely on for services. Mechanics, hairdressers, repairmen, the people that you need when you need them, and the people that you have to trust to do things that you don't know how to do. So you can put business cards or the names of people you rely on in a silver container in this area. And you can make a silver container can be made out of tinfoil, a tinfoil envelope. Just tuck it in. And again, put it someplace. You don't have to see it. You don't have to see it. But it's a reminder. It does two things. Number one, by putting their cards, the names of people that you rely on, that you trust, to help you with things that you cannot do, honors them for what they do. And it's a reminder to you that you can attract the help that you need when you need it. Also, put people you want to attract to support you. And what I mean by that is if you're a teacher, students, clients, buyers for your house, if you're selling your house, sellers for or buyers for what you're selling, and sellers for what you're buying. It could be a house, it could be a bicycle, whatever. But you can do little individual affirmations like, okay, I decided I want to sell this chair. So you just put a little, you just write it down. I have a buyer for my chair. Put it in a little silver thing and tuck it away in your helpful people in travel area. Use this area to work on whatever or whoever you want to show up for you. Anything. You can just work it there. And it just keeps that affirmation going. And again, when you see it, it's like, oh yeah, just add a little love to that. Oh yeah, I can have that. I can have that, quote unquote. I can, quote unquote, have that right here, right now, because it is part of me. Help also comes from family, friends, and strangers. So this area is about letting yourself, and this is the biggie, area is about letting yourself rely on others and creating the space to allow them to show up for you. You must be able to accept help when it's offered. And sometimes that's really hard. And I think it's especially hard for women. So what you're doing with this is you're opening your consciousness to bring in the help that you need. Number one, the first part of what I said is, hairdressers, blah, blah, blah. You need those people. Now we're in a different place with it. That's the truth of it. That's the truth of it. And you want to be able to trust them. That's the kind of the structure, right? Here is where you work on yourself to allow those people to show up. And again, family, friends are included in those people. You must be able to accept the help when it's offered. And because it is as important to receive gracefully as it is to give. Receiving is a gift to the giver. So when you work on this space and open your heart to receive, you are valuing yourself. You are working on your self-concept to be, again, you're valuing yourself enough to accept what comes to you and just say thank you, to be grateful, appreciative. So in the helpful people and travel area, other enhancements are pictures and statues of helpful beings. They can be spiritual or practical. What you want to avoid, and there's more to it, but I realized I'm talking way too long. Maybe I have to do the second, no, next week is CA. So I'm going to blast through this. What you want to do is you want to avoid clutter. Again, you want to keep it clean and dusted, respect for helpful people and your intentions. And now the last one is happy family. And I think I can do this in 2 minutes. The happy family area is about people in your life that feel like family as well as family members. So they can be coworkers, work-related units, or organizations. It is located in the middle left between knowledge and prosperity. The element is wood, the color is green, the shape is rectangular. Traditionally, it has to do with ancestors, and because it has to do with the past, family secrets, childhood issues can be stored there. This area can hold in the intention to forgive and be at peace with family or friends, and be at peace with ourselves, first and foremost. We can work that in this area. Processing feelings, and then proceeding to intend healing with family. Family energy and agreements can be some of the most difficult to navigate. We chose our family for our evolution as souls. We picked the place where we learn. where we can learn the most for our soul's purpose. We just do. That's why we're here. It's not meant to be a skate in the park. Sometimes we have great families and sometimes not. So make the intention there. Work on the intention to bless, forgive, and release past family energy to empower yourself. We forgive others for ourselves, nothing to do with the other person. Don Miguel Ruiz said, "Forgiveness is the beginning of the free human." So in this place, you can put healthy plants, the color is green, photos of family, friends in wooden frames, representations of water, which is the creative cycle, water feeds wood. You can put green or pink candles, heart center. Have it feel light, sending light and love. And just avoid metal objects, round objects, destructive cycle, darker heavy energy, darker heavy items. It's intuition that makes Feng Shui work. So feel out the cures and enhancements that you use. If they don't feel right to you, they aren't. Remember, you can also use things that have special meaning to you for enhancements, and they are very powerful. Feng Shui is all about intention, and you can use all areas of the Ba Gua to support whatever you are creating. Helpful people, work on your social life, get out more, invitations, bring in invitations, skills and knowledge, clarity about past relationships, wisdom in new ones, fame and reputations, social, opening up to what we want to experience, what we want to be known for, being a good friend, fun to be around, loving, kind, and generous, creativity in children, creative energy to meet people, new ideas and opportunities, and relationship starts with self. So you can create a lovely love altar to yourself in your master bedroom that has on it what you want more of. That just demonstrates or yeah, that demonstrates what you want more of. So right now I'm a couple minutes over. That was so much fun. I could talk about that forever. There was more to it, but I think I got what I needed or gave you what I needed to give you. I hope you found it informative and fun and joyful because that was the intention. You've been listening to Empowerment. I'm Kelly Whetstone. We're here on 1-2 Radio where we are changing the way you listen to the world. Have a very, very blessed week. Please stay tuned for Katie Weaver. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.